one more time. Hey guys! So for today's video, we are going... Okay, wait. We are going to read a book named The Printer. And The Printer is a story that is actually real. So for me, it's super interesting. Like, it sounds like a drama, okay? And it's actually a real story. No way! Okay. Yep, okay. Just warning you, I got sugar rush today, so just be warned for that. I hope you will enjoy this video, and let's just get right into it. Woo! The Printer. My father was a printer. He wore a printer's four-corners newspaper hat. Every day after work, he brought home the next day's paper. After reading it, he always folded a page into a small hat and gently placed it on my head. I would not take off my newspaper hat until bedtime. My father was deaf. Though he could not hear, he felt through the sole of his shoes the pounding and rumbling of the giant printing presses that daily spat out the newspaper he helped to create. As a boy, my father learned how to speak with his hands. As a man, he learned how to turn lead-type letters into words and sentences. My father loved being a printer. Sometimes my father felt sad about the way he was treated by his fellow workers who could hear. Because they couldn't talk to him with their hands, they seemed to ignore him. Years went by as my father and the hearing printers worked side by side. They never once exchanged a single thought. But my father did not lack friends. There were other printers at the plant who were deaf. They had also learned to talk with their hands. One day, while the giant presses ran, their noises shutting out all other sound, my father spotted a fire flicking into a far corner of the press room. The fire was spreading quickly, silently. Suddenly, the wood floor burst into flames. My father knew he had to tell everyone. He couldn't speak to shout a warning. Even if he could, no one would hear him over the loud roar of the printing presses. But he could speak with his hands. He did not hesitate. He jumped onto an ink drum and waved his arm excitedly until, clear across the room, he caught the attention of a fellow printer who also couldn't hear a sound. My father shouted through the terrible noise of the printing process. Fire! Fire! Tell everyone to get out! Tell the hearing ones! His friend climbed onto a huge roll of newsprint. His fingers screamed to other deaf workers. Fire! Fire! Tell the hearing ones! All the printers who couldn't hear ran to the fellow workers who could. They pointed to the fire, which had now spread to the wall next to the only exit. Not one of my father's friends left until everyone knew of the danger. My father was the last to escape. By the time everyone had fled, the fire, feeding on a huge quantity of paper, had engulfed the enormous plant. The giant presses, some still spewing out burning sheets of newspaper, had fallen partly through the floor. Great shafts of flame shot out of the bursting windows. The printers stood in the street, broken glass at their feet. They embarrassed one another as the fire engines arrived. They were happy to be alive. My father stood alone, struck numb by the last image of the burning presses. The fire destroyed the printing presses. The plant had to close for repairs. But not one printer had been hurt. When the printing plant finally reopened, my father went back to the work he loved. The new presses were switched on and roared into life. When the day's newspaper had been printed, the presses stuttered to a stop. Now there was silence. In the midst of the stillness, my father's co-workers gathered him around. They presented him with a hat made of freshly printed newspaper. And as my father put the hat on his head, all the printers who could hear did something surprising. They told him thank you with their hands. That night, my father picked up the newspaper hat that his fellow printers had given him. After adjusting 4 corners, he placed it gently on my head. I didn't take off my hat, but wear it carefully too bad. I imagined I was standing next to my father on a vast printing press floor, turning lead types letter into words and sentences. We were wearing 4 corners newspaper hats. We were printers. Okay guys, so the story was very nice. Yep, very nice. I need to calm down. And the story was super nice, and also especially the one that says thank you. I have an idea. Watching, and I'll see you next time. If you get what I mean, comment down below what I'm saying. And yeah, I hope you wait. Also, my favorite part, forgot about the favorite part. My favorite part is the one when they said thank you, because I learned a new word. Thank you. Thank you. Without saying. Okay. I need to stop now. Anyways, I will hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. And also, for watching. Bye. See you next time.